So in this training, we have our signed contract. Everything's been sent. We are now waiting for the seller to fully execute the contract and send it back to us. So let's say that's happened. How do we get that back into .loop? I'm going to show you a couple of different scenarios, both of which I think, are going to happen. In one case, the listing agent is going to email them back to you. So let's go to our email, and we're going to see that we have our fully executed contract. We're just going to click forward. And from our .loop, we'll click add document. And now we're going to email. So we'll click email, copy to clipboard. You can close our add document. Go to our email, paste that email address, and remember we're always forwarding when we want to get attachments into our .loop. We'll click send, and that should come over to us fairly quickly. We can just refresh our screen, or an F5 on the keyboard will also refresh the screen, and there it is. This is our fully executed contract. So you're probably going to want to open it up, check it out, make sure it's correct. And after you have done that, you're going to notice, I have this one, and that's my buyer executed one. It's all signed up, and I have this one. I only need, you don't need this one anymore, but you can't archive it because that was a required file. Here's what we do. Do you remember the drag and drop? We're going to take this file, contract FE. We're going to hover our mouse over it, looking for the 4 arrows. With a left click, we're going to do a drag and a drop. It'll say replace. Are you sure you want to replace the as is contract with contract FE? Yes, I do. Well, where'd my contract FE go? Guess what? Here it is. It's replaced it. There it is, fully executed. So now maybe I want to change the name. I can do that quickly and easily with a rename. Remember the 3 dots, they have options. And I can name that whatever I want to, whatever makes sense to me. So that is one way. In another case, maybe it was handed to you. Maybe your fully executed documents you have scanned into your printer in one big bunch. Maybe you've got the contract, the homeowners, the seller's disclosures, and the housing for older persons. These are already fully executed because they came to you signed by the seller, but maybe they're giving them back to you. Maybe you just scanned them all in. So let's look at a different possible scenario. And in this scenario, they're coming to you as multiple documents, and they could have been emailed. So you could email them in. But in this case, they're on your computer. You'll hit browse. Let's say you've scanned them, and here they are, scanned files. So you'll definitely have to know what you named it, where you stored it, and you're just gonna show you again. You'll go to add document, browse, and you'll go grab that file. So now when we open this file, we're going to notice that it is a bunch of files combined. Close my add document with a click. I'm opening scanned files with a click. And I'm going to notice that this document, if I go all the way down, is 20 pages long. And it's fully executed. What am I going to do? I'm going to split it. .loop has a split document feature. I go to File and Split Document. I need to know, of these 20 pages, how many documents am I going to split it into? Well, gosh, I forgot to count. That's okay. We can scroll behind and we can see that we have the contract. That's to page 12. I might want to write this down. 1 to 12 is the contract. 13 and 14, those are our HOA. So that's 2. We have our housing for older persons. That's page 15. And then page 16 through 20, that's our seller's disclosure. So we have 4 files here. 1 through 12 is our contract. And see, I can go back and forth. See how I can scroll behind? It makes it very nice and easy to go back. And 13 and 14, that's the HOA. This is the contract. This is the 55 and over. Well, we can call it, let's see, housing for older persons. And then this is the seller's disclosure. Okay. I'm going to split the document. I'm going to click Done. The system is automatically going to archive the file, the merged file that was named Scanned Files. It's archived. Hasn't been deleted or lost. It's just archived. And it's going to present me on my screen with the first file in the series, the contract. If I click back, then I will easily be able to see that it is split contract, HOA, housing for older persons, and seller's disclosure. Now, I can do one of 2 things. This is my contract. I'm going to drag it and drop it on top of my buyer executed version. The HOA, I'll just drag it and drop it. Yep. Now let's say I don't really want this one. This one is good. It's fully executed. I don't want this for whatever reason. I don't want this version. I want this version. Down here, I can go over to this one and I can archive it. The seller's disclosure. I can archive. As long as it's not a required file, you can archive. Or I can drag and I can drop on top of seller's disclosures to do the replace, and everything is there. That is how I'm going to handle the fully executed files that come in from, or the files in general that come in from another agent. I'm going to organize them on my screen using drag and drop, splitting, replacing, and those functionalities. Thank you for joining me.